Yeah, well, we've had a few companies that have come out, which is kind of cool. Builderbox.io is one, and then some in the international markets. But it's really about tools, right? That's what's been interesting to see is what do people come and what do they build, and a lot of times they're just trying to build tools for internal processes. So, for example, if we were to go 2D and flat, and I think the URL is still up, but there was this one by a group of guys, Rogers O'Brien Construction there in Texas. They were trying to find, essentially subcontractors that they enjoyed working on, and how do they rate their crew. So they made a Tinder-like app where you could left swipe or right swipe on the performance of the person, and then have, it was called Rate My Subs. And then you have things where like tracking lost tools on a job site. And then sometimes in simple solutions. One guy came and found, just a group of developers where all they did was build a very simple program that looked to see when the computer was hung on Revit. So that way, if they were loading these large models that took 8 to 10 to 15 minutes, well, is the computer actually loading the model, or is it hung? And if it were hung, then it would send, something out to IT to update the machine. And even the developer said, hey, it took us an hour to build this. But the business model for the guy was, hey, we try to load one of these models 3 or 4 times. That's almost an hour. And when he did the math and calculated it out, he was going to save just his team roughly around 10 grand of yearly, and then run that across these different teams across his organization. So that's what's really neat.